Hi. This is my second try at filming this. Let's hope it turns out okay this time. Okay. Last video, I finished swiping all my paints. I went back and tweaked a little bit. Like some parts got really muddy, and I just went back over it and added a little bit more color. Plus, I added some metallic, just a little bit, not too much metallic. And I think they came out really cute. And then on top of that, I sprayed them with a shimmer mist that I made. This is, I was trying to duplicate the Tattered Angels, but this is permanent. Tattered Angels is not. It's not waterproof. But even if I had used Tattered Angels, it would be fine, because I spray, whenever I use something that's going to reactivate with water, I spray it with a clear matte finish, and it fixes it, and you can work on top of that. So, and if you want to know how I did this, there are some videos on how to do it. I can't remember the girl who's, if I think of it, I'm gonna have to find it. But this is a bottle of alcohol that I got at the Family Dollar store. It's 50% isopropyl alcohol. I emptied the bottle out in an old empty bottle, and I put in 91% alcohol, which is really what you need, is the 91%. And I used, let me see what did I do with it. I used this. This is also got at the Family Dollar store, which is a makeup. It's an eye makeup, LA Colors Ice Pigment Powder. And this one's called Glowing, and it's gold. And it's a powdery mica kind of thingy. And I poured some in the bottle mixed with the alcohol, and a squirt of this stuff, which is Fast Finishing Decoupage by Beacon. Now the only reason I put this one in is because it's clear and it's watery. I don't know if you can hear it shaking in there. Yeah, it's very watery. So this fixes the glitter that comes out and stays on the paper, where if you just had mixed it with alcohol, the alcohol would have evaporated and the powder would have come off loosely. So I made my own doing that, and it's really nice. It's like, this makeup is $2 at the Family Dollar store. They used to be a lot cheaper. All the videos that I found on how to make that, they were saying they were $1. Yeah, well, not anymore. So anyway, here going back over these, I think they came out pretty good. And then on top of that, I put a coat of Mod Podge. I used, this is my Sriracha bottle, and I put my Mod Podge in here, which is easier for me to work with. But it's matte finish Mod Podge, or a matte medium, you know, like Liquitex matte medium would be fine. And what that does is seals it. It gives the paper this slick surface, and it lets you use markers on top, and they work great. So I started on this one, and what I do is I follow, let's see, I use Pitt pens, okay? This is the Faber-Castell, I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, it's Pitt pens. They are made with India ink, not alcohol, okay, like Sharpies. Although you could probably use a Sharpie, it would be okay. Let me see if I have a Sharpie and how that would work. I thought I had one in here somewhere. Yeah, here's a Sharpie. Let me try. This is a Sharpie, and yeah, Sharpie works fine too. But what I like about the Pitt pens, it gives you time to smooth them out. I don't think the Sharpie will let you do that. Or does it? Yeah, Sharpie lets you do that too. See? By using a matte medium like Mod Podge, you have a few seconds of mixability before it completely dries. Well, this is not a Sharpie. This is Stabilo. But I'm pretty sure this is also alcohol based. That's a Stabilo pen. And I was using one of my other ones on here. So what I'm doing is just tracing the shapes and rounding off these corners by putting shadows in them. See? And it gives it more dimension. And here's a corner, so I'm going to fill that in with ink and right away smear it. Now you can use your finger. I'm not comfortable using my finger. Find it sloppy. Or you can use a Q-tip too. I think a Q-tip would work fine. And what I've been doing is just following the shapes. Just following the shapes of the, the paint, the swipes of paint that I had done earlier. Now this one's got some white. Now you could also add highlights to this, but I tried that with the PBO white, and I really didn't like it. It was too stark, too white. This really is just supposed to be a background and not a finished work of art. Like that, the recipient can do whatever they want to with it. But once you start playing with this stuff, it's hard to stop. And I did this much in 30 minutes earlier when I first videoed this, because the orientation of the video was wrong. So I had to delete it and come back and do it again. It was long ways. It's like when you put the iPhone in the wrong direction. Yeah, and it would have made the screen, the whole video kind of like squished. It was like, oh, I hate that. I hate looking at videos like that. So no. So I'll do it again. I'll do it again. So at this point, it's pretty much just putting the finishing touches, and this is what the finishing touches are. And here we have another corner. I'm gonna put that in shade. Shading, if you learn anything, is shading. It'll make all your artwork just pop. Just pop. And sometimes, when you look at things that are shaded, it looks so hard, but it's really not. Not if I have a standard. My light's always coming from the left down to the right, from the left down to the right, or from the top to the bottom. So what it is like, if this ridge right here was raised, you would have a shadow right there. So all my shadows are gonna go like this. All my shadows will go like that. So if let's say, I'll show you something really quick. Let's see. Here's a pencil, just pencil. I have, this is just light pencil. I have these 4 windows, okay? 4 windows. They just look like 4 squares. But if I were to shade just this side and this side on every one of them, they get more dimensionality. And then of course you would have to be, I like to round the corners. Now this is just on craft paper. I can't really smear this, but you know, you'd want to blend. So this would be like your shadowy, and then these would be light, and this would be your shadow. And all I'm doing is drawing a square here, but it looks 3-dimensional when you add shadow. See? Just that little bit, and that's all I'm doing in here, is finding an edge to trace where the design is. There, that's a whole block right there. Now I could get more specific and see there's this little white area right here. I could just do like a little wiggle line, and then there's this other area right here, and look, there's this part right here. So I want to do a shadow right here, smooth out that edge that's too sharp, so I round it off and do that. Now this marker is working really good for that. I like these fine tips. This one's a little bit harder to work with because it's a brush tip. See? It's a beautiful marker. It depends on, you know, whatever you are comfortable with. But the trick is to Mod Podge it, or use matte medium, some kind of matte medium on top. And it gives you that slick enough surface, vinyl feeling like, and it will help you blend. There we go. Don't have very much time to blend, but there it is. Blendy, blendy. I like this one better. I'm gonna make a sharper edge there, and then edge here. And don't worry about making sure that your line is straight and directly on top now. Don't have to do that. And I could just do those big chunk areas, but I could also go in here and outline some of the other color areas like this. Just a little bit wiggle here and a wiggle there. And I'm gonna just make this a little bit darker right here. And that would be my shadow. And smear, smear, smear. And I'm sure if you wet your brush too, it would probably give you some more time. But one of the ways that I like to shadow is not to have sharp edges. Have some round edges. Okay? For instance, like you have this. Let me get a better paper. Better paper. Okay. Let's see if this helps. Okay, you got a line here, one here, 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 and here. That looks flat, all right? Let's see. But if you round the corners, round the corners like this. So round. Everywhere there's a sharp corner, you round it, you will get a different look. And then you would go here. All this would be in the shadow. Now it no longer looks like a flat thing. It's starting to look like it's got a shape, like a three-dimensional roundness to it. And I'm just doing a very rough sketch here. But if you sit there and then you smear, it looks even better. Okay. And you just round those corners so there are no sharp edges, and it starts to look more organic. Ta-da! And that's how you make it three-dimensional. I hope you understand that. So anyway, I have 10 of these to do, and it's going to take me a little while, but that's going to be it, and it's going to be done. So what you guys think, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and be nice for you to write something nice too. That would work, yeah. And I will be putting links underneath on everyone else who's doing videos for Crazy Pages. For right now, the only one I'm aware of is Chelsea's, which I will put link her video down. And if you haven't seen any of Chelsea's videos, you really need to. She's just awesome. She really is. And I'm so excited to get something from her. So till next time, my next video is probably on this is going to be the pages coming in. I'm going to have a reveal. So far I've gotten three in today, and that's what got me started. Hurry up and do this, because I'm going to be behind. So till next time, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.